The dude who's singing this, man. That sounds good in the headphones. What is that? Huh? I am saying something. Did you hear that?
Always have a positive word because I'm here to serve.
Do it again.
Yeah, man, man, how long we been doing this, man? How long we been doing this? Man. I need some goddamn NyQuil, bruh. I need some Robitussin, boy. Man, you got too many knobs over there, man. Why we getting all that feedback?
I got you.
Why did you want to play radio? Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening.
It's working, man. Go ahead.
Welcome to the Daily Bread Radio Show. I'm your host, Joaquin Thompson, and I'm coming to you live from the metropolis,
Capital of the world.
the metropolis, the capital of Georgia, Snellville. So for all of you that are not up on your geography, this is the capital of Georgia, Snellville, home of the Daily Bread Radio Show. Coming to you live every Thursday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on DKM Radio. So we got a new setup. Going to start off with make sure we put the phone number in. Ain't nobody called in about 3 weeks. I don't even know if we on, man. I don't even know the phone
last
was.
week.
Who called in last week?
Yeah, about 2 or 3 calls last week.
2 or 3 calls last week?
Yeah, last week, yeah.
Oh. Man, don't be correcting me on the air, bro.
You're getting old, man.
Man, don't be correcting me, man. I
How
don't
old are you?
like that, man.
How old are you?
You're supposed to, bruh.
How are you getting to be?
Get in the booth, man, and send some signals, man. Don't be correcting me while we on. We doing this live, man. I can't be got there on here, got there getting corrected. But anyway, the number to the show. Call in tonight, though. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? The number to the show is 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. So we got a bunch of topics I want to talk about today. We got our book of the week. This is our book of the week, Benjamin Franklin. So I'm going to just leave Benjamin Franklin up there. And the title of this book is The Way to Wealth. This is one of the first books that I highlighted when I started the show last February because it's a deep book. But I'm not going to digress and get into that. This is episode 54. Episode 54. So that's significant in itself because now we closing in on 1,000. We closing in on 1,000 shows. So now we only got 946 shows to go. So we closer. That's closer than 1 or 2. So now we're up to episode 54. Man, I'm getting a lot of feedback in my headphone, man. Why you over there texting, man? I'm getting all this.
Keep going what you're doing.
But anyway, man, I'm gonna get me a producer. 2019.
Yeah.
Bro, I told you when the Super Bowl come.
When the Super Bowl come.
When the Super Bowl come. When the Super Bowl come to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
When the Super Bowl over, guess what?
It's over.
It's over.
Come
you
on.
going with them. when they leave, you leaving with them, and
You know you're gonna miss the biggest.
oh man, come on, bro. Hey, man. Don't nobody. I've been listening to podcasts all week, man. ESPN. It's cats on ESPN. Stephen A. All these other cats. Don't nobody, man. Ain't nobody podcast like mine, man.
Come on.
Not nobody.
See?
I've been on there, man. I'm like, they saying Kenny Smith is interviewing to be the next head coach for the Knicks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if Kenny Smith leave and go to be the head coach for the Knicks, TNT I need to go down to TNT and audition to be on there with Shaq and Charles Barkley.
Why you gonna?
Because I ain't no NBA. You don't have to be no.
Why you gonna lower yourself
Ernie.
to do that?
Lord, what?
Why you gonna lower your
Man,
standard?
I'm trying to raise my
Why
pockets.
you gonna lower your standard?
Bro, I'm
Come
trying to
on.
raise my
You talking
pocket.
about- you talking about leaving all- you talking about
TNT
leaving all
paying.
this? Man, this is
TNT
an
paying. I
empire.
come out here, man. Where my check?
This is an
Where my
empire.
check?
Man, come
Where
on,
my
man.
check? That's all I need
It
to
ain't
know.
about
Where
the
my
money.
check? Where
It
my
ain't
check?
about the money.
I ain't doing this for free, man. Where my check? You told you I'm gonna get a check, man. That's what you told me when I first met you. You said, man, you do this long, you're gonna get a check.
You gonna get a check.
When?
It's coming.
Man. All right. So I said all that to say we're at episode 54. The number to the studio, 678-381. Why you point to that? Boy, I know that's 678-381-1973. But before we get started in today's show, got a couple of announcements. Good friend of mine, Anthony Jackson, he lost his oldest brother this past Sunday. And we all grew up together, man. We from Duval. And so I definitely want to send, my sympathy and condolences out to him and his family and his parents because, I can definitely say I know what it's like to lose a loved one, right? So, and that was one of the things that I talked to him about. Like sometimes people say things at the wrong time, and they don't even, to me, it's like, you shouldn't say that if you don't mean it, or if you haven't experienced it, man, because I know a lot of times, and that's something that you learn as you age and mature in life, because one of my pet peeves is, something happens, and you see it a lot on social media, and even when people send in texts and stuff, you send a text out and say, hey, something happened, people are like, oh, we're praying for you. I'm like, but you done said that about 30, 40 people, so when you pray, you might pray and say, I pray for everybody. So I could be wrong, but I'm thinking to myself that it's more like, like my producer was saying, it might be better to just say, let me pray for you right now. Because I don't know, even if I was to say something like that, when I get to the end of the night and I'm saying my prayers, I don't know if I, pray for everybody. But I definitely said a prayer for the Jackson family and also for what I call my cousin, his wife. She's having a medical challenge and she's been hospitalized for the last week. So, definitely want to send a shout out to Angie Baby for a speedy recovery, because we know that even when things not looking the way that we want them to look, God, the G-O-D, is always in charge. That's why we do the show, but we don't do religion, but we do spirituality. And regardless of whatever your religion is, Hinduism, Christianity, Muslim, all the different religions, it don't matter, because everything, all of them people come up with this different stuff, that's man-made, right? But at the end, right, like we talked about, at the end, all of that stuff go up to one place, right? I don't care if you come from the Quran, if you come from the Bible, the Torah, all of it come up to one place, and there's only one. It ain't no multiples, it's one. So you got to stay true to that, and that was definitely, so I definitely wanted to, shout them out, the Jackson family and the Stewart family with Angie Baby, and because that's what this is about. A lot of times when I come to the show, man, I just think about how truly blessed I am. Just something simple like to walk up the stairs and come into the studio, right? It's some people, man, they can't even get out of bed. They can't even walk up a flight of stairs. They can't even walk down the hallway. They would love to just be able to just walk down the hallway, let alone walk down the hallway and then open the door and see this joker. See this joker sitting behind the chair, looking like looking like Alderman Davis. Looking like Alderman Davis when I come in. I'm like, hey, bro. But, that's just a blessing, man, to be able to laugh. Laughter is a blessing, man. I talked to some friends over the weekend, just going through different things in life, man, and just, man, it's just a blessing to be able to have enough, cheerful spirit and vigor and lightness that you're not consumed by all of the stuff that's, that's challenging you. Because my theory on life is this. It's probably 1 billion over 1 billion people on the planet, right? There's 300 million people in the U.S., right? 300 million people, men, women, and children. And what I found out in my 51 years of living is this: every single person, so that's 300 million in the U.S. and 1 billion plus in the world. Every person, whether you believe it or not, because some people we look up to, oh, they balling out, they doing this, they a celebrity, they got money, lifestyle is rich and fat. Every single person on the planet has a problem that they're dealing with. Every person, because we go in and out of seasons. It's natural. It's just like spring, winter, summer, fall. It's just like that in life. So sometimes you up, you might be in your season and you up, everything's going your way. You got the money you want, you got the girl you want, you got the car, everything is just green, green, green. And then sometimes when you go into that valley, you have loss, something comes up, you find out you got a certain diagnosis, something close to you goes away. So everybody got a problem, everybody. So it's all about how you deal with the problem, and it's not about having a problem, it's how you react to the problem. So one of the things that I want to talk about today, that's just a natural segue into one of my agenda topics is, how do you react to loss? Is there such a thing as a loss, right? Is there such a thing as loss? L-O-S-S. Because some people, they think that they're losing, and a lot of times they're winning. That's how the enemy does you. See, it's nothing better and nothing more crafty than to take a person that's winning and make them think in their mind that they're losing. I know you say, how does that happen? Easy. I just gave you an example. I walked up a flight of stairs and down the hallway. I'm winning. Even though I got some other stuff going on in life, I'm still winning. So if you sit down and take out a sheet of paper and write down all the stuff that's going right versus all the stuff that's going wrong, I'm sure you got a lot of other stuff. You're going to have a long list of things. And write down a list, and you're in your right mind, you don't have no dementia, you don't have no memory loss, you don't have no PTSD. So you winning, right? So when people say, I had a loss, and sometimes when we lose, right, we got to let it go. That's one thing that we have a hard time doing is just letting it go. If you do have a loss, right, somebody did something wrong to you, you lost some money, you made an investment, it didn't work out, your partner ran off with the other half of the money for the business, you had a loss. But what we do is we drag. Instead of leaving the loss, we drag the loss. We drag it with us into where we're going in the future. And God is trying to separate you. It's like, hey, I'm going to take you to the promised land. But what we doing? We dragging this old, got on our back. Man, shake it off. You know what I'm saying? When you have a loss, the only thing you have when you have a loss is you should be learning something. This is my theory. You should be learning something. And if you're learning something, then just don't do the same thing, right? Don't make the same mistake twice. The first time it's on me, right? You got me. You ran some game on me. I thought I was gonna be getting over on you. You thought you was gonna be getting me. I thought I was gonna be getting you. But after we do our little exchange, sometimes I thought I was getting somebody, they was getting me. And sometimes when people thought they was getting me, I was getting them. That's just how it works, man. You gotta always be trying to win, right? But you don't always have to try to win at the expense of somebody else. The best win, listen to this, the best win is when both parties win. That's what win-win, that's the best. Win-lose is not good. Win-lose is not good, right? It's just not good, right? Some people can deal with it, but some people can't win. Some people can't deal with losing. I got the deal, me and you doing the deal, and you leave the deal feeling like I took advantage of you in the deal, or I leave the deal feeling like you took advantage of me. That's win-loss. And most times, the way that we treat things in America is we're raised to think win-loss. We're raised in this environment to think win-loss. How dare you want somebody else to make some money and you make money too. How dare you want to do that? No, you want to make all the money. You want to keep all the money. That's why we have so many problems. That's why we have problems in the world, because of the way that we think and the way that we're raised and the small narrow-mindedness of what we do based on how we've been exposed to things, right? I mean, give you another example. This shirt, I'm wearing the t-shirt, U2. World band. I mean, not no national band. And one of the things I was thinking about tonight, I definitely want to share with you all. I know my audience is predominantly African American. I get that. But one thing that I would really recommend, I really think you should do in your lifetime, put it on your bucket list, go and see a world band. Not no band from Kansas or, you know, the Allman. I ain't taking that from them because they're great in their own right. But if you go and see a world band, a band is playing in Europe, playing in Asia, playing in the U.S., you know, that's bringing a good message. U2, man, first time I went to see U2 was 1985. I graduated from high school in 1985. I saw them at the Jacksonville Coliseum in 1985. And my partner was like, where you going? I said, man, I'm going to see U2. And he was like, you what? Like, man, I ain't doing that. I don't know them. I go to the concert, come back. I play U2 all the time. I got all the albums. I had the album back in 1985. So I'm playing it. What happened? All the people around me got infected, right? So now my partners, they listening to U2. I go off to college. Go to college, man, where you from? We kicking it. We Eric B, Rakim. We all this different type of music we listening to. But me, I always have to keep me some U2. So when things either going right, wrong, or sideways, I put that U2 on. I'm riding out. I'm figuring out. I don't care if it's physics. I don't care if it's organic chemistry. I don't care if it's a test I gotta pass, a license I gotta get. If I put that U2 on, if I'm trying to come up with a serious business plan, if I put that U2 on, it's a wrap. You can cancel that. You can cancel it. It's not gonna be win-loss, but I'm gonna definitely be winning with that. But the thing that was so deep was we go to the arena, me and my wife. So we get out to the arena, and we the only we sorry, I gotta go. But we were sitting in the car eating some food before we got out to go into the arena. So you know how when you're in a parking lot of a concert, people like walking by the car. My wife she looked at me, she was like, are we gonna be the only ones in there? I said, nah, we ain't gonna be the only ones. Oh, boy, what you know about that? Well, you got the bag. You got to put that goddamn, man, that's the Joshua Tree right there. Joshua Tree. That's the Joshua Tree album. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. But you got to put on something like Sunday Bloody Sunday or MLK. Now, the thing that, what I was getting to was that we was in the car, not but, you know, other races going by. We ain't seen no black people. So then when we start looking, it was like, oh, there go a .5. Man, you know, we see, you know, couple, you know, black woman, white guy. Then we saw one vice versa, black guy, white woman. So we was joking the whole time. .5s, you know, ain't no couple though. We only saw like one other couple. But it don't matter. And that's what I was telling her. It's the exposure to something that you wouldn't otherwise be exposed to. The difference too is this, and many of you all have been to concerts. How many concerts have you been to, right? Where the act is the act. There's no opening act. There's no second person coming. It's like the concert started at 8 and they're going to play for 3 hours to 11.
Wow.
They start at 8. It ain't no opening act. It's U2 at 8:05 and at 10:55, because you have to be out of the Infinite Energy Arena. You have to be out, or the show has to be over by 11 o'clock. From 8:05, 8:10 to 11. Just say 5 minutes to 11. One group, 4 guys, They played song, and I ain't talking about taking no long breaks. Oh, we'll be right back. None of that foolishness. Just song after song after song. So I'm like, put that on your bucket list. Like, if you want to really go see a show, you need to catch the Rolling Stones before all them cats pass away, or the Police, or U2. Somebody like that you can get exposed to some different things. It's all about exposure, right? And the thing that got people with the U2 was this, that Bono is a really big activist in the world. In 1985, just to show you how deep in the way that they think, back in the 80s in Ireland, like Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland, they were like in a civil war where they weren't fighting with no bullets. These jokers believed in bombs. So if you go back and do your history and research it, shoot, Dublin, man, they was bombing each other. You go into a cafe, boom. You go into a house, boom. They was bombing. They wasn't shooting. They was bombing each other in the 80s. So when U2 came out of that, they come to the U.S., they see was, Martin Luther King, he had a worldwide influence. Of course, died in the 60s, right? 68?
68.
Right? April 4, 1968. But this band in 1985, one of their songs, you can look it up, it's called MLK. These jokers wrote a song about Martin Luther King. It's called MLK, Martin Luther King. And it's deep. And they go through the whole scenario about how he got assassinated.
That's it. MLK.
What?
MLK.
Now you gonna tell me.
I'm telling you, that's it.
I know.
That's for your audience, bro.
Oh, for the audience.
Yeah, I know you know.
Oh man, God.
Come on, man. I'm not
Man, you start that like Puffy, man. Every time I start doing something, man, you jumping in. I'm gonna call you
Shot
Puffy,
caller,
man.
baller.
You got there Puffy. What's up, got there Odell? Who is Odell? What's up, Odell? How you doing, man? Shout out to my son. I see my son on. Shout out to my wife. See her on. Shout out to Michelle. I see her on. I seen who else I seen? My nephew Andre. I appreciate you. Everybody, man, that's joining the broadcast. I appreciate you all. And one of the things that we were talking about was world band and just exposure. And when we went to the concert, the other thing that really messed the people up, how about they start showing a video? They showed a video, man, on this big jumbotron of these cats in Charlottesville, carrying them tiki torches. You remember when, before the thing went down in Charlottesville, them jokers were marching with the little tiki torches. Man, they had that mug up on the big screen, showing them jokers with all that hate, showing them rebel flags and all that venom that they were spewing. Then they transitioned and start showing where people were fighting back. Man, the next scene that they showed, man, start showing Martin Luther King, the civil rights movement, brothers doing stuff. Man, that place was going crazy, man. So, one of the things that, a conversation me and my wife was having yesterday was that all things that's not like us are against us. I mean, there's no absolutes. So we can't think everybody that's not of us are against us. So that was, and it was deep because we were sitting in there and I was like, all right, where y'all going with this? Because there wasn't nobody in there with me. Me and Tanya there, they started showing it. I was like, I said, wait a minute, dog. Now, I remember you was like, but they switched it up, man, and he dropped some science on them, man. He dropped some stuff on them, man, about how they lived in Dublin and how they came into existence out of Dublin, man. They had some deep messages in their music, man. So shout out to you too, but definitely want to think about losses. I mean, that was what we was talking about, and sometimes you got to let go of your losses. I'm like, I was doing some business last year, made some money, made a decision. I wasn't going to do it this year. Going to move in a different direction. God darn it, what would happen? The business started doing better. I said, oh, man. So all of thing been on my mind. I talked about this before. I tried to let it go. I'm like, I got to go back. But it's something about that. You think you losing, but you winning. You winning. So a lot of times you have the discipline to let it go. That's where the power is at. Not the power to, fall back into old habits, fall back into like, oh, let me go try. Because if you try to go back and get it, you ain't going to be able to go back and get it. It's twice as much. You try to get the same thing paying twice as much. Don't work that way. You know, you had the opportunity, did it, made a decision, you're out of it, you're into something else. So you really don't have many losses, you know, only victories and learning experiences. That's all you have. When somebody say they're taking an L, then that means they've taken the opportunity to learn something, right? Because a lot of times we don't want to learn. We don't want to go through the experience of learning. We always want to win. We want to make the money. We want to get the, you know, the bad young lady, the bad guy. We want to get all, you know, the big house, the big car, the Lambo. We want the Rolls Royce. We want the Maxima. We want the Jetta. We want everything. We want it all. But life is not like that. So life has to teach you some things. And our role is, when life teaches us things, we got to be listening and we have to take adherence to it. So if you got a comment, question, concern, 678-381-1973. 678-381. Man, what? 678. Man, that's why I need y'all to call in. I got to sit up and deal with this joker here, man. He want to play around on the board, make sounds and stuff. Man, call me, man. Somebody call me, man. Help me out, man. Help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. I ain't say start singing, Puppy. Dang. But yeah. So that was the first topic. The other topic that I want to talk to you all about, and this is a serious topic. Tomorrow, June 1st, right? We've been talking about personal finance every week since last February. So started off telling people what to do, gave you some strategies like, hey, you're going to need to do this before the end of the year. I don't know. Some people did, some people didn't, right? Because I do have some stories or some success stories where people reached back out to me like, hey, credit improved, I got less debt, went on and got into school, achieved some things. Okay, cool. Then we got into 2018. We started off the beginning of the year, every Thursday up until present day. Every Thursday, we talking about something tied to personal finance. You want to get your budget in place. You want to get your calendar. You want to get your bills in order. You want to get that debt off of you. You want to get you some life insurance. You want to protect your family. You want to, start investing in you. You want to start businesses. Some people did, some didn't, right? So what I'm saying to you, with tomorrow being June 1st, we're going into, this is what you call going into third quarter, right? January, February, March, 1st, April, May, June. So June, when we get to the end of June, we're going into the third quarter or the latter half of the year, the last 6 months of the year. It's only 12 months in the year, so you're at the midway point. Make sure that you keep a score. Like whatever you're trying to do financially, whatever you're trying to achieve, pay off a debt, improve your credit, buy a house, get pre-approved, invest, get your first flip, get you some rental property. Make sure that you keep a score. Make sure that you're not being passive and just letting time go by and just keep saying, yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm on it. I mean, you got to put down some timelines. You got to put some timelines in place so that way when you get to this point and it's June, you're going into June and you haven't, done what you said you was going to do in March. You need to go back, reflect on it, reevaluate your plan, and then get back on it, right? Because before you know it, you're going to Q3, which is the third quarter. Once you get into Q4, that's the end of the year. That's the end of the year, and a lot of people want to do a lot of things in 2018, and that's all you have is time. That is the most valuable asset that you have, time. Can't take it with you. Can't have it. So all that time you waste, like tonight, I know everybody gonna go watch the finals, but I even feel some type of way. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm gonna make sure I'm be doing some work at the same time. Because like LeBron won't be watching me. If you told LeBron to come, would he watch the Daily Bread radio show?
Mm-hmm.
He probably would.
Yes, he
but
would.
LeBron, he bought that money, so he probably would. Yeah, he probably sneaking and watching it now.
He looking at it.
He probably watching it right now. So man, he need to tell somebody, man, so I can get some checks.
Sneaky rascal.
You know what I'm saying? I need some checks. But no, just make sure that you're keeping score, man. Make sure that you're going back. Young ladies, gentlemen, make sure, and you all know who you are. Take some inventory of where you are right now and where you want to be at the end of the year. Like, where do I want to be at the end of the year? Where do I want to be? Daily Bread Radio Show, I have to keep moving. I mean, you all motivate me to keep going because I can't be coming every week talking to you all about stuff to do, and I ain't doing it. So I would be hypocritical. And I can't stand, there's two things I can't stand. A lying joker that lie, and a hypocrite. Oh my gosh, I can't, them two. Everybody else I can kind of pretty much deal with. People that know me, they know I'm pretty vanilla on most things, right? But a liar, somebody who lie, especially when you lie on purpose. Ooh, that's the worst. I ain't talking about the little.
Yeah, for no reason.
I ain't talking about the little like, oh yeah, but I meant no. I mean, ooh, I mean, I know it ain't degrees. Lying is lying, but I'm talking about the joker who intentionally is saying to you, man, you gonna make probably $5,000 to $10,000, knowing that you're gonna probably lose $5,000 to $10,000. That's a lie. I can't stand it. And a hypocrite, somebody's being judgmental, talking about what it's not, this, that, and other, and they doing it themselves, right? So that's why I say I don't do religion. I only do spirituality. Because some of these cats who professing to be prophets and what else, bishops, I never seen this many bishops in the world. I'm like, where y'all go out and get, is it like a night school or? I'm like, man, I never remember all these jokers, man, they all booed up with their wife on a billboard. I'm like, where did y'all go and get, how you became the bishop? The bishop, and it ain't but
Come on, tell the truth.
I'm talking about they're a bishop and it's like 20 people in the congregation. Like, how you, damn, who?
Exactly. Tell the truth.
How you become the bishop? Bishop who? And then the joker had the nerve to correct you. Say, hey, how you doing, Mr. Jones? Bishop Jones.
Yeah.
Like, bishop? Like, dog, you ain't got but 20 people in it. I'm like, but that's why I said, I ain't got nothing to do with that, right? Not gonna be hypocritical, not gonna lie about it, but that's definitely one of the things I want to talk about. The second thing I want to talk about, well, the third thing, because we talked about keeping score and the importance of that, and we've already talked about how to deal with losses. Third thing I want to talk about tonight has to do with what I call YYC. YYC, right? YYC. And YYC stands for yes, you can. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Yes, why? Yes, you can. And you may be asking yourself, like, what does that mean? YYC, what does that mean? It means, yes, you can. Yes, you can, right? And what yes, you can is the antithesis or the opposite of no, I can't. I don't see it, right? Let me ask you a question. Who has the most influence of what you hear and what you do? Who has the most influence? Other people speaking to you or self-talk? When you have self-talk says stuff like, I'm the greatest. Muhammad Ali, even if he wasn't the greatest, he pretty much self-brainwashed his point. He brainwashed himself to the point where he really did believe it was nobody that could beat him. Like literally, he believed that there is nobody that can beat me. But a lot of times, what we do is we have self-talk like, yeah, you could, but oh man, that'll be a stretch for you. Because your mind, you have these two little imps on your shoulder, right? One on this side, man, you can do it, man. Go on, you got to drive, you got to get up, you got to go running, you got to eat right, you got to do some pushbacks. You know, we talked about that, pushing back, that's the first step. Push away from that, that table. But then what we say is like, we get all amped up, yeah. Then one person come in, could be a close friend, could be a partner, could be a girlfriend. One person, you be all hyped up, man, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. They come in and say one thing. Why do you think you can do that? And we just got we go like, it's a family show, but we fade right on out, man. Don't listen to them. Why? Yes, you can. So every time you're thinking about doing something and you have that little brief pause that maybe it ain't gonna work, or where am I gonna get the money, or how am I gonna do it? How am I gonna pull this off? Yes, you can. Because you're gonna say, I can't do it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I can't just leave my job. Yes, you can. You'll survive. It's gonna be hard though. So don't get me wrong. It's gonna be hard. And I don't advise it unless you got a real tight plan. But Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Other people have done it, so can you. Yes, you can. And when you start telling yourself that over and over and over, at night, in the morning, during the day, you got your goals, yes, you can. Man, I can't run no mile. Yes, you can. Because if a joker was after you with a pistol, you weren't even thinking about it. you would run out your shoes for a mile, right? So you gotta be, especially if that joker fire one of them joints in the air, BAM! And with the way we react, we all think we gotta do is be around something happening. We start like, hey man, what's going on? Who that do, man? What's going on? We fade out, boom. So you can do a mile, but could you do a mile without a pistol following you? That's the question. When you got plenty of time and it's totally up to you. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Can you lose 10 pounds in the next month? Yes, you can. Can you stop eating all them Skittles? Yeah, definitely. You definitely can. So YYC is something that I want you all to, have in your toolbox as we go into the second half of the year, as we go into June, summer months. A lot of people are going to be chilling in the summer, going on trips, going on vacation, things are happening. Guess what you should be doing? You should be on like what I call a double grind. So while everybody chilling, everybody taking vacation, man, where you going? Man, I'm going to the beach. When I leave the beach, we going out to Cancun. I go to Cancun. You know what you should be doing? Like, oh, okay. And while them cats out in Cancun, you should be in your house. If you got a basement, in the basement where it's nice and dark and grimy, and you just going for it. Like you learning and you studying and you doing things to the nth degree. Because when you doing it, and when you come up out of there, or you could have a proverbial basement, but somewhere where you can go, lock yourself away, and start grinding, like consistently grinding. When you come out of that, man, you'll be a whole new. They gonna be like, wait, man, when'd you do that? And you're gonna be saying to yourself, while you was in Cancun, I was studying. Remember? Yeah, when you was in Cancun, I went and got my license. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Remember? Yeah. When you was in Cancun, oh yeah, I lost that weight. Man, you look good. When you do that? This summer, when I decided that wasn't what I wanted to do and how I wanted to look, so I went on a diet. Start working out. Start trying to be healthy. Right? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So you want to make sure that while everybody else is chilling, man, you go into beast mode. Beast mode. Not just like Marshawn Lynch. Excuse me. Not just like Marshawn Lynch, but beast. I mean, that's when you doing it day and night. Night and day. And that's why people marvel at people like LeBron James. He got a gift. So no doubt he has a gift. But think about somebody like a Steph Curry. Steph Curry has a gift too, right? But this is somebody that, and both him and LeBron say the same thing. I practice this every day.
Yep.
Every day I practice my jump shot. Every day. Not some days, not on good days, not if the sun out, no. Every day I'm practicing my jump shot. So whatever your gift is, you should be practicing it every day. If you're an accountant, you should be practicing accounting every day. If you are a minister, you should be practicing being a minister every day. Every day. Every day. Every single day you should be on it. Every day you should be on it. You should be eating whatever you need to eat in order for you to be the best minister or the best accountant or the best artist or the best singer every day. Whether you're getting paid for it or not, every day. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get so good at it. And I shared that story with you all when I met the guy that said he trained SEALs. He said, no, the way that you overcome fear is through training. He said, the way that I said, man, so you going into a situation where you know it's 7 of y'all going in, and you all have already calculated 3 people going to more than likely get killed in this mission. Like, how many people could go into that type of situation? When you with 7 other cats, and you looking around and like, 3 of us ain't coming back. We go through this door, 3 people ain't coming out, right? 3 people ain't coming out. But like what he told me, he said, but you know what I did? I trained. He said, I trained for things that go left all the time. Like somebody sneaking up on me, somebody got there pulling a pistol on me. He said, I trained for that. So when it came to me, when it happened, he said it was just muscle memory. I knew, he said I could do anything to a person because I had been training for that. I had been preparing for bad times, right? Prepare, and that's in the Bible. The Bible said you should prepare. He said even the ant, with no overseer prepares and works in seasons, right? So if it's in the Bible, I'm paraphrasing because I ain't theologian, but that's in the Bible, right? He said work like the ant. He said work like the ant. That means every day, all day. And you know, all of y'all have seen an ant before. An ant, man, they so small. You look at an ant, he'll have something on his back so big. They be working though, man. They be working. So make sure that you stay on that and you keep that same type of mindset of, I guess you can. And be working on your craft every day. Work on your craft every day, right? Every day. Every day. Because that's the way I look at the Daily Bread Radio Show. People say, man, you do that part of it. I'm going to do it until.
Wheels fall off.
No. Until I get another producer. Until I can get, I said until I get another producer and I get some checks in here. I'm going to do this until I do that. And I'm tearing up. But when I find that, you know I love you, Raheem, but hey,
You ain't going away.
it's a season for everything, bro. It's a season for everything. But nah, man, we gonna ride. Me and you gonna ride until one of us hit. You know what I'm saying? So if you hit a lick, I'm with you.
There you go.
Right? If you hit a lick, I'm with you. And don't be switching out, because I'll come on here and do the Daily Bread Radio Show remotely and tell them jokers about, yeah, y'all remember my producer, he got on, he was Sirius Radio, he didn't take me, he took somebody else from up there. But you know it won't go down like that.
We all riding together, bro.
I know we riding together. I'm the number one draft choice. What you mean?
Oh, LeBron.
Well, I'm number one draft choice. Hey, if you overlook me, if you overlook me and get somebody else,
Yeah.
it's a wrap.
It's a
That's
wrap.
on you. You won't be able to sleep at night, bro. You be like, damn, I left him out there. Shoot, I need that joke on my team. He the goddamn truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He the truth. But I'm just messing with y'all. But no, that YYC, man. I see my sister-in-law join. D, a.k.a. D. She's always been D to me. This is my wife, one of my wife's older sisters, Diane. So I thank you. And see, that's what I'm saying about this platform, man. One day I'm going to be just Sirius Radio. Network. I'm telling you, if Kenny Smith get that job with the Knicks, man, I'm going to go down there and interview to be with Charles. It'd be me, Charles, Shaq, and Ernie Johnson.
Ernie Johnson.
Yes, you can. Because Ernie Johnson ain't played no sports. He ain't never played no sport.
Why you
He didn't play no sports.
How the ball bounces right here. That's a great place to start.
Oh, man.
How the ball bounces.
You got to get me on the show, man.
I've been telling
You got to get me on the show.
I've been telling you that forever.
No, you ain't been telling me that. You got to get me on the show.
I told you that.
You got to get me on that show, man.
It's a done deal.
Bro, I'm on there. I know sports.
This
I know everything about sports, man.
This-
Basketball, baseball.
Okay.
I mean, I got to learn the players. Do I need to know the players?
Not
No,
necessarily.
I don't necessarily. I know some people, man. I can pull some strings, do some things. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what we do. But you know what I'm good at? Because sports is about what? Personal finance. So I sure get on there and start talking about why 78% of all the NBA players are insolvent within the first 3 years. Talk to us about that. How you went through $47 million and I'm down here making $35,000, $40,000. You done went through $47 million and now me and you on the same level? Give me $47 million. I promise you. You probably won't be no debt. The day I'll be like, what? Who?
So you need some bread.
What you saying? You need some. You're like, a what? Radio show? Like, man, security, get this joke away from me, man. I don't know you. You be coming up, man, you know me, I'm Raheem. Who? Like, man, man. I don't know you, bro.
Well, that's some dirty mess.
No, dog, I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you, man. Oh, man. D said, I thought I'd get an education and entertainment. And say, hey, that's what I'm saying. At the same time, sis, I love you, girl. And that's enough, man. This is a perfect example right here. My sister-in-law,
Yeah.
I met her. I'm 51. I met her. I was like, I think I was 19 because my wife is older than me. So I think I was 19. Went to school when I was 18. Yeah, I was 19, right? When I first met her and her husband,
Okay.
right? When I first met them, I was 19. So this was like 87, 80. Yeah, it was like 86, 87. I went to school 85. Yeah, like 86, 87,
Okay.
right? First time I met them, I said, yeah, you know, naturally, you say, hey, what you do, whatever. They said they photographers. I said, oh, that's what's up, man. Not only were they photographers, they took some pictures of me and my wife. Like, oh, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Gassed me up. Said, oh, you should be a model. I said, oh, shit. They ain't tell me. Once they told me,
It was a rap. He was
now I'm going already to the people. I get back in school, I'm telling them, John, be a model, man. But anyway, they've been in the same craft, doing the same thing since 1987, bro. They ain't say that we do this now, or we do this now. No, photography, bro. Photography from 87 to now, bro. All over the world, all over. Ain't nobody better than them.
It's powerful.
Nobody, bro. Because why? Because they working on their craft every day.
They found
You go to their crib, bruh, I promise you go to their crib right now. It's a backdrop. My brother-in-law done built some kind of stage or something. When you got there, man, that's all they do. They working on their craft, so you can't do nothing but eat off of that, right?
Exactly.
So I'm like, man, that's what we got to do, man. Just stay in your craft and have a passion. But once you find your gift, we talked about this, man. I ain't even gonna get into that. But if you get into your gift, that's just the ultimate. When gift meets passion, that's just the ooh. That's like ooh. That's like oh boy. That's it. If you can get gift, passion, that's why you can't beat LeBron. That joker love that basketball, man.
Never work a day in your life.
That joker love that basketball. Like dang. But yeah. So that's why I do what I do. Cause like I said, I'm gonna do this either until Raheem hit a lick, I hit a lick. Somebody come and discover us, like, man, this is a dude over there, he doing his thing. We need to bring him on up. And I don't start reaching out to, hey, look.
Come on.
I ain't even, look, you know how you mean? Look, I looked over there too, man, like we married or something. I was like, you know what I heard? I did reach out to some radio stations though, man. I reached out. They told me to send them a video. They told me to send them a video, dog. So I'm about to send them a video. We gonna see what happens. Now I told them, I ain't talking about you, but if they give me the green light, I'm gonna say, look, I want to definitely take this opportunity. And this been my dream to be on the radio, but you know, I got to bring my producer with me. And if they say no, hopefully they'll say, okay, we'll take both of y'all. Hopefully that's what they'll say, because, man, I hate for them to say, man, please don't let them say. If they say, man, we only got room for one. I'm like, man, Raheem, look, man.
I know what you're gonna tell him.
You know what I'm gonna tell him?
I can't.
What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna tell him?
I can't come.
I can't do it, man.
Yeah, I can't.
If you ain't bringing Raheem on with me, we a team, man. We like kid and play. You know what I'm saying? We like Rufus and Shaka Khan. You know what I'm saying? We like. But hopefully that's how it go. We gonna see. I'm gonna send them this video, man. Some of these shows and see what they come up with, but. No, man, that's what it is. And the last topic that I want to talk to the audience about tonight is just something for y'all to marinate on, right? We talked about keeping score. We talked about yes, you can. We talked about, you know, making sure that you understand what a loss is. And it's really not a loss. It's just learning. That's all you're doing is learning. And one thing I can tell you about a loss that you'll never forget Not when you win, but when you will never forget when you done lost somebody that you love, you done lost money. In one of those two things, if you ever into something and you lose some money, I mean, even if you physically, literally lose some money, say you got a bunch of cash in your pocket, and all of a sudden it fell out, you was pulling your keys out, and it fell out on the ground, and that was your last $200, because you're going to put your $200 on your rent, and you get home and you got to earn, you know, God, I know I had it here, I know. Bruh, and it don't never show up, like it ain't in the car, it's gone. You'll never forget that. I don't care how long you live, you'll be like, boy, I remember I lost them $200. Them people kicked us out, man. You'll never forget that, right? So we talked about that. The last thing I want to talk about tonight, man, is about what I call a financial remodel, right? Financial remodel. So what's that? Financial remodel is this. A lot of times we want to go out and get new stuff, right? New house, new car, whatever else, new job, new career. You know, sometimes people want a new mate, new whatever, new friend. I want to eat new restaurant, just new, right? Because we think new is better. Sometimes we equate, if I had that would be better. But from a financial standpoint, you don't necessarily have to go to the next level or get into something else. What you need to do is take where you are and evaluate what you have and think about what you have differently. Just think about it differently. Like, instead of me spending $100, and it might be challenging, but it can be done, right? Instead of me spending $175 a month for cable, and that means I've spent roughly $2,100 in a year. 1 year, I spent $2,100 in cable.
Yes.
Right? And in 10 years, I've spent $21,000 in cable. $21,000+ in cable. Just cable. I ain't even gonna talk about that cell phone, but just cable. You can look at that a lot differently and say, you know what? I'm gonna take the next year and take that $2,000 and I'm gonna invest it in this, or I'm gonna buy that program that I saw, or I'm gonna get me another piece of equipment, or buy this computer that's gonna make me. It's just taking what you have and think about it different. Because when you do a remodel, like when you remodel in the house, they don't tear the house down. They take the old stuff and they just tear it out, and it's the same house, same structure. Maybe knock some walls down, take out them old cabinets, pull up that old rug. It's the same thing with your finances. Look at where you are. Look at your bank accounts. Look at what you have, what you don't have, and just sit down and do like a carpenter. Make a plan and just remodel. That's all you got to do. Just remodel what you already have. Take what you already have to get to what you want. Not waiting around for something big to happen, like something cataclysmic, to say, oh my goodness, I got a windfall. Nah, take what you have, skills, gifts, the money that you have to invest, the money that you've blown, eating out, all this other stuff. Take that and just do a financial remodel. I don't have a budget. I'm gonna go ahead and create me a budget. I've never pulled my credit report. I'm gonna pull my credit report and look at it. I've never really put away any money. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting away $10 a week, or $10 a month, because a lot of times people, we was talking about that with my producer earlier. What's better to have? Is it better to start to do something late or not start at all? Start late. It could be late in the day, late in life, late whatever you want to use as a measure. Is it better to start late or not start at all? So $10, that ain't nothing. But you will be surprised if you start doing $10 and that 10 builds into, you start seeing that money build up. You'll start putting some more money in. Let me put 20 in there. But the fact that you're doing it, it's the action of doing it. That's what's going to cause you to have a financial remodel. Some people can't just come out of a situation and go into another. You got a house, you got cars, you got obligations. So you don't need that. What you need to do is just remodel your life. Take out that old thinking, throw it away, throw it behind you. Got to make sure I stay on time. and get rid of it and bring in some new stuff, right? Bring in some new thoughts. Bring in a new way of looking at things. Like, man, I used to look at it like that, but man, I can look at this totally different. Do a financial remodel. Just commit to that. Like, for the next 6 months, I'm gonna do a financial remodel. I never really looked at, how much I owe. I never really looked at how much interest I'm paying. I never looked at other ways that I could, create more money, or start a business, or have a side job, or work overtime, or get me a part-time. I never did that, but that's a financial remodel. So, because you got to do something different, because Einstein said what? Einstein's supposed to be one of the smartest people to ever live. And he said, one of his favorite phrases is this, you cannot solve a problem on the same level that it was created on. Now marinate on that. You cannot, and it makes perfect sense, you cannot solve a problem on the same level that you created it on. It's just not possible. You can't create a problem on this level and have the same type of thinking that you use to create the problem to solve the problem. You have to go to another level of thinking, like either step back and like, man, what was I doing? Or look at it different, or marinate on it, or, kind of dwell on it. Or as we say, with cows have 6 stomachs. So shout out to my friend, Antonio Eubanks. That was the first time he hit me with that. Cow has 6 stomachs. And when the cow eats food, they ruminate. I said, what? They who? They roommates. He said, no, ruminate. That means that the food goes from one stomach to the other one, and then before it goes to all 6, it'll go back to 1 and start over again. Go 2, 3, 4, and then come back and keep going back and forth until it's completely digested everything. It will ruminate. So sometimes you need to ruminate on things and just let it so you can go to another level and think through this problem on another level. Because like Einstein said, you cannot solve a problem on the same level that you created it on. So that's that. Got a couple minutes left. Got to do a book of the week. Must do a book of the week, because if you're not reading, you're not trying to do no financial remodel. So I always like to bring this one out, because this is a deep one that a lot of people not hip to. Now they hip to Ben Franklin's, right? Because people know about Ben Franklin's, right? Mm-hmm. Benjamin Franklin, on money, the whole nine. But one of the things about Benjamin Franklin is, from a historical standpoint, he's credited as being one of the first entrepreneurs in the U.S., right? This is a man that he had an almanac, which back in those days, 1700s, an almanac was a big thing. That was like, Facebook. Everybody had an almanac because they wanted to try to plan for the harvest, when you need to be planting, when you need to be reaping, where's the moon going to be, how many full moons. All of this had impact on how they were living. So he had the largest selling almanac during that time. And then he went from that, he's also credited with what? Being the founder and inventor of the modern day mail system. He was one of the first people that had he implemented a mail system. Benjamin Franklin. And then, now if those two things weren't enough, then he created another job, or another business, which was he had a printing press where he printed almanacs and books and other things while he was out with that kite and electricity and whatever. I think that's a fable. Mm-hmm. While he was, doing the Declaration of Independence. But this book is called A Way to Wealth. A Way to Wealth. Now, a lot of people know the saying, a penny earned, penny saved is a penny earned. That's Benjamin Franklin, right? But something else, there's a lot of other things that people don't know about Benjamin Franklin, and I'm going to just hit you all with a couple of little excerpts. Because like I always say, I'm not going to bring on a book that I haven't read, so here you go. You can see the whole, look, I done highlighted the whole page. I thought the whole page was important, so that must be, look, I got crucial. I'm going to hit you all with this. This is what he says. He says, beware of thinking all of your own that you possess, and of living accordingly. 'Tis a mistake that many people who have credit fall into. To prevent this, keep an exact amount of sonic time of both your expenses and your incomes. What? If you take the pains at first to mention particulars, it will have this good effect. You will discover how wonderfully small, trifling expenses mount up to large sums, and will discern what might have been and may be for the future had you saved without occasioning any great inconvenience. In short, the way to wealth, if you desire it, is as plain as the way to market. It depends chiefly on two words: industry. And industry means what? Working, grinding, hustling. Two words: in industry and frugality. For example, waste, listen what he says here: waste neither time nor money. What were we just talking about? Like I just teed this up. Listen what he said. He said, waste neither time nor money, but make the best use of both. He that gets all he can honestly and saves all he gets, necessary expenses accepted, will certainly become rich, and it's in capital letters, R-I-C-H. If that being who governs the world, to whom all shall look for blessing on the honest endeavors, do not in his wise providence otherwise determine. Benjamin Franklin, man. Benjamin Franklin, bro. Let me hit y'all with one more, and then we're going to wrap it up for the night. This one has to do with planning. The benefit of planning. Listen to this. This is what Benjamin Franklin said about planning. And I've said this many times because I use this quote a lot, but listen to what he says. Quote, "You will never live long enough to learn everything that you need to know to succeed in life." End quote. This was a profound expression of Franklin's humility and practicality. It is crucial to learn from others while understanding that your own reasoning must help you understand what to do with what you learn from them. It is necessary to take your life into your own hands. God dang.
Come on, come on.
What?
Going somewhere.
What?
Going somewhere.
What? What? Ah, shucks. Hold on, man. We going into overtime. Wait a minute, bruh. Did you hear what he just said? Listen what he says now. Listen, bruh. He says it is necessary. He didn't say think about it. He didn't say ponder. Listen what he said. It is necessary to take your life into your own hands. Listen to this is why we do the Daily Bread radio show. He says, because, listen, oh man, y'all got to go get this, man. Benjamin Franklin, The Way to Wealth. Listen to the second part of that. He says, because no one cares more about you than you do. You are the only one who can maintain control of your livelihood while aspiring to a life of wealth. It is thus crucial to plan what you desire from life and how to get it, starting with the plan for your financial future. Man, drop the mic. Get the book, bro. And he goes on and on, bro. He got a chapter on investing. He has a chapter on working, the importance of working. It's way more than a declaration of independence, right? He got stuff, man. I'm gonna hit y'all with one more. This is what he says about investing. This is what he says about investing. The cornerstone of building personal wealth is the investment of capital. Fundamentally, it takes money to make more money, and to start this process, Raheem, you ain't gonna believe what he said, man. I just was talking about this.
What did he say?
What I just said. I said, man, start putting away. When I was talking about the financial remodel, I said, just start putting away $10 a month.
Yeah.
And then 20. Listen to what he says. He said, fundamentally, it takes money to make more money. And to start this process, a small portion of your savings should always be invested for future wealth. A small portion of your savings. There are many different kinds of investment tools. It is important to look upon these precisely as tools or instruments and to develop a knowledge in them in order to determine which ones are best for you. That's it.
The mic is dropped.
That's
Boom.
and that's just 2 chapters. Bruh, Benjamin Franklin. Who would ever think about Benjamin Franklin? And that's just 2 of them. Bruh, he got chapters on, man, the way to wealth, beginning, bequeathing, leaving things for other people, right? Man. Bequeathing. That means leaving something for someone after you go. I keep saying I'm going to stop. Look, man, this one more. I'm going to hit you with this. This is it. Now, this is really it. I know how we doing encores, but this is it. This is what he says about bequeathing, meaning to leave something after you know that you're going to transition from this life, right? He says the financial aspects of bequeathing are seen as outgrowths of a lifetime of financial planning and strategy. Franklin made certain to account for everyone in his life so that when he died, they would enjoy the benefit of his wealth. He didn't just consider the immediate future world without him. He also considered what would happen many years later. He made it clear in, quote, service is no inheritance, end quote, that one's duties to one's relatives will determine one's wealth and not just one's relations. It cannot be assumed that one will inherit wealth. We must therefore strive to create it ourselves. Franklin's last will and testament makes clear exactly what happened to his possessions and money, all part of his wealth.
Drop it. It's a done deal.
Great show, great topics. Thank you all for joining. Make sure that you stay tuned in every Thursday because we're going to keep doing this until we hit 1,000 shows, or until Raheem hit a lick, or I hit a lick, or until I send this video to the radio station and they say, we can't take but one. And I'm going to tell them no. I'm going to tell them no, man. I'm going to tell them no. I appreciate you all for joining. Oh, man. She said, am I getting these books directly from the Palmers? If not, contact the publicity, and request a review copy, and they will send it to you. I do need help, D. I need help. I'll call you when I get off the show. I definitely need help because I do a book of the week every week, so, and this is just for my personal collection, but thank you all for joining. Couldn't have done it without you. Again, my prayers and thoughts are with the Jackson family on their loss of their oldest brother, Brother Farron Jackson. So we'll be having this service next Saturday, June the 9th in Jacksonville, Florida. So I'm going to definitely keep them in prayer. And I'm also keep my cousin-in-law, sister-in-law, Angie Stewart, keep her in so that way she can, get over her medical challenge. Medical challenge and, get back into doing what, God has for her. So y'all have a beautiful week. Enjoy the game. I know everybody be checking out the game, but make sure you stay tuned in next Thursday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on the DKM Radio, Facebook Live, YouTube, and we'll have more of the Daily Bread Radio Show. So I think in June we were trying to do, we dedicated June to be Real Estate Month.
Real estate month, yeah.
We said Real Estate Month. So we got some things I want to lay on y'all because we're going to keep going higher. We're going to another frequency. Cannot solve problems on the same level that they were created on. And we've created a lot of problems on this level. So I just want to help you all, just put my hand and look, hey, come on up, man. Let's go up. Let's go up. So y'all have a beautiful week. I appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all next week. Man, you start picking your own show.
Listen to the words.
You played that before.
Not this one.
This one.
Not that I can remember. Turn your mic on. How do you like the mics?
I guess. I mean, it's cool.